and justice not been found?
I don't know for sure.
Okay, are we on?
We are on.
Okay, I'd like to call the meeting to order. First item on our agenda is the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Do I have a motion to approve the
I will
agenda?
move that we approve the agenda.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Is there any objection? Hearing none, the agenda is approved. We did add a consent agenda just of the policies which we had put on our previous agenda for final reading and adoption through the consent agenda. Do I have a motion?
There's also, I will note, there's also board minutes on there from our June.
Oh, and
meeting.
board minutes. Okay,
I will move we approve the consent agenda. You second that?
okay. Is there any objection? Hearing none, the consent agenda is approved. Okay, next on our agenda, we have discussed the superintendency. When I got home last week, I realized that we had a very quick meeting, and some people in the audience may not have even realized that the superintendent resigned since we accepted his resignation in the consent agenda. So I did just want to, publicly announce, I'm sure by now there have been announcements in the newspaper and in other media, but our superintendent has resigned, Justin Ainsworth, and the board, feeling the urgency to fill the position since we're facing the beginning of the school year, moved with some alacrity last week. And I just want to make sure that everybody who had something to say was able to say it in public session so that we can get everything on the record. So does anybody have any comments? We didn't have anyone sign up for public comment.
I'll take what you did.
There's no one out there, no.
I feel confident with the vote and the choice that we make, and I think that is the right and positive direction to go with this time.
So I'll just say, I have always believed that family comes first in any situation, and we had a superintendent who was put in a really hard spot in his own life, balancing between being here and being our superintendent or moving back to Alaska where his family really wanted to be, and his boys in particular, and I think his wife. So, and family was back there. I think it was a difficult decision for him, and it turned out to make it harder for us that it came so late. So it was well after summer it started that we found out this information, and that made it hard on the school. Thankfully, from my perspective, we had gone through a very extensive process in that search that ended up having him be hired. And in that search, our number 2 respondent was still here and was willing to consider taking on that responsibility. And from my perspective, that made the process that we went through last work even more important. Went through that process. The other thing that happened in light of that we found out is that because of the rules and the money we paid to the OSBA for doing the search, they owe us another search because the person didn't stay for the full year.
2 years.
2 years. We get to do that all over again, just paying a little bit of the transportation costs if we're paying. However, most of the time, they don't come down, we can do it online. So that encouraged me to say, here we get an opportunity to look at a really great candidate we had before, doing the job for the next 6 to 8 months, and then we could still go through a regular search and find out if there's something we want to do, or make a decision that we want to stay. I mean, that's the board's prerogative. But it gave us opportunities to do things and saved us a fair amount of money. So from my perspective, it was the right thing to do, knowing, as I do, about schools, waiting and trying to figure out if we're going to do something differently when all the administrators come back on next Monday. Didn't make any sense to me, since we had a really great opportunity and we had a willing participant who would love to have the opportunity. And I know you had talked to a number of the people. I know that our superintendent given us recommendations of people who might be ready. All of those things considered, keeping us on track. I think we got some really great things started last year. We wanted to continue it. I think that what we did was take advantage of a bad situation. Like when you're given lemonade and lemons, you might as well make it into lemonade. And I think we had a great opportunity, and I'm looking forward to working with the person. And I'm happy to see Mr. Roberts here in the audience. We had a great opportunity, and I am looking forward to this coming school year now without the trepidation I had when I found out we had lost our superintendent. And we can get going, and I think get off to a really great start for the year and see how it goes. So that's my reasoning for the recommendations I made, and I appreciate that the board went along with that.
Kim?
Thank you. I just have a few comments. I felt extremely, under pressure to definitely make a decision, and I understand we were between this rock and a hard place. We didn't get the information that our dear superintendent was leaving. I think it was like less than a week prior to I don't even know what day it is right now. I mean, to the day that we were meeting, or maybe it was 1 week exactly that we got the information. So it's not something that the board held on to. We had just gotten it. We had a emergency meeting scheduled. I do want to say now, after the fact, that something as big as the superintendent's resignation should be, in my opinion, not in a consent agenda. It's the one position that we directly supervise. It's the person we hire and, supervise and let go if need be. So I feel like that should definitely be out of the consent agenda, so the public can hear those, hey, this is what's happening, and the board can, talk about that. And it wouldn't have been something that I didn't even really think about it until afterwards. We were like, oh, some people didn't know. And a lot of people don't read the consent agenda, and it's kind of buried in there with policies, and, or people might just fly by that. And so I think that's something we definitely need to have in the open, not every position, just that one. And I think we did the best we could. Considering the situation, I also feel like I wish we could have had 60 days notice. I know it says that in the contract. I really wish that could have been the case, but unfortunately we weren't given that. And so we're doing what we can to rectify the situation and make sure that we have somebody for the beginning of the school year. And those are my comments. Thank you.
Baby.
Thank you. I want to echo what Kim said. I agree with her comments, and I want to thank Chair Hutchison and Vice Chair Dubussar and the whole board for how effective they were last week at Dr. Rogalski and I's very first board meeting. Made for an exciting first board meeting for us, and it was really great to work with a board that has really come together around moving forward and its commitment to getting this school year started off on the right foot. I think that that's absolutely correct, that we are really in the last minutes here, and it's so important that in service and when the administrators come back and all the things that have to happen before children are entering buildings is so critical. And we need somebody to help really get that up and running. And I don't want there to be any sense in the district of any, unease or anything. So thank you to this board for its swift decision-making. Thank you.
Kevin, did you have any?
No.
Okay, one thing we didn't discuss last week was a salary range and some of those items. So I would like to raise that issue and then so that we have some pieces on which to start negotiations. Kim?
I'm assuming you're going here, but I'm just in case. I was just wondering to hear from, I thought Devin had reached out to Rebecca and her team about the wages and what was appropriate, and maybe had some conversations around that to give us an idea.
Yeah, we did. I had conversations with Rebecca, who said that there was nothing wrong with what we did. I'm just bringing it up again so that we have a full public discussion of it, which we didn't have last time. Looking at us like that. Well, it's a year contract. So normally we would look at entering into a contract with him, with whoever we end up going with, for the 1 year. It would be a 1 year interim contract.
You're confusing me, Addie.
Yes?
Last meeting, we appointed Gary as board, as interim superintendent. So are we talking about in the future contract? Because you said whoever we
No.
decide on, or are we talking about?
Gary.
Okay.
Whatever we negotiate, I'm sorry.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to make sure so I didn't lose something in translation. So this is in regards to Gary's negotiation
Yes.
for the interim position of superintendent.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, thank you.
With respect to negotiations, my feeling has been that we ended up paying because of experience and some other things, and the fact that he was moving here. I think we gave raises of 3 or 4% or whatever it was. You might want to increase it by 3 or 4%, but I think it should be another range. That's my opinion.
Kevin, do you have any?
Makes sense.
Does that make sense? Is that good for you?
I mean, that's good for me as long as that is the kind of.
I also have a conversation with Marina that is in our budget.
But that is kind of the going rate superintendent, I would assume, for
Yeah.
whatever, yeah.
So I couldn't hear everything that was said. It was cutting in and out. I'm not sure if that was the case for everyone or if that was supposed to be the case. I could see some head shaking. And
A range of 160 to 180 is what we had last time.
okay,
And Arnie is suggesting that that would be a good place to start negotiations this time.
okay. Thank you for clarifying that.
Do you have any objections or any comments on it?
I just wanted to, you probably have already done this, just made sure that you had run that by Rebecca. You said you already talked to her, and sounds like that's on par with where we're at for an interim.
Okay, maybe?
All that sounds good. Thank you.
Okay, I see Rebecca up there, but is that really Derek?
No, Rebecca.
Oh, it is Rebecca.
She usually comes to our meetings.
Okay, well, I didn't know if Derek was part of
He
this.
sent us a text.
No, this is Rebecca. Derek is trying to get there. He's still in surgery. So as soon as he gets out, he's gonna run down. But he is not with me.
Don't worry. I just didn't know if it was him sitting there.
He sent,
Tell him not to rush.
Rebecca, we got a text from him that said that. I sent a note back saying, take your time because we don't run it and go too fast.
Oh, good. I just didn't know if he was able to get a text out. I haven't heard from him in like 6 hours. So I just wanted to be here in case you were looking for him.
We were very impressed that he took time out and sent us a text, even though our chair wasn't here. So that's
So it didn't matter. Okay, so so we can use a 160 to 180. Okay. So I would like, if we could, to just ratify our vote from last time.
Double vote.
Huh?
A double vote.
Why? We did it in public session. I'm just curious. I'm not being spicy.
No, don't worry.
I just am, and I know Kevin was not here for that vote, but that was also by choice. I would have also loved to not, but I hung out.
I asked him to. And he did.
And I did. So I'm just curious why, because then now we have different members missing. And
That's
so I'm good with whatever, but
Okay.
we already voted on it.
I don't believe we need to
I
do.
don't think so. It was in public session and yeah.
I think we did everything right, so I have no objection to doing it.
Okay.
Either way.
Did the motion that we entered into last time authorize anyone to negotiate the contract?
He did not.
So in the past few times, we've basically left that up to the executive committee. So that's you and our vice chair. I would make a motion that we instruct them, along with Marina if she wants to help, and or Michelle if she wants to help. But anyway, use whoever you need to help to enter into the negotiations and work with Gary to come up with the salary and other things you want to put into that conversation, with the understanding that we'd like to get it done before the beginning of the new school year, which is August 1st. So you have a date or something.
Yeah.
That would be my motion.
I'll second, if that's a motion.
It was his motion.
Okay, I'll
It was
second
long.
that.
That's long-winded.
It was.
And it will be edited
Okay.
appropriately.
Kim, can you hear, were you able to grasp that? Okay.
And maybe, okay. So, all those in favor, we have a motion on the table to authorize Kevin and myself as the executive committee to negotiate a contract with Gary Roberts for interim superintendent position for the 25-26 school year. Diane?
Aye.
Arnie?
Aye.
Kevin?
Aye.
Kim?
Aye.
Maybe?
Aye.
And the chair votes aye, so. Thank you, we will get that started immediately. Are there any other actions before our board this evening? Yes.
The only thing I would say is that we know it was kind of a short notice and it went very quickly, and so a lot of people didn't necessarily hear. I would love to see if you could invite Gary Roberts up to say a few words if you'd like. If he's had a little bit more time to think about it.
Mr.
May
Roberts,
have changed his mind by now.
On the spot. Let's see how bad he does on the spot.
Sure. He did it last time.
He did.
Come up to a packed audience, is Kayla, myself.
That's right. Well, you got a screen full.
I do. Yeah, I just want to say thank you to the board. I've had a lot of time to think about this, and I'm still humbled and honored to be selected for this position. We have a lot to prepare for. As you mentioned, Arnie, admin report back actually on Thursday. To the
Oh, is that right? That's
Yeah.
right.
Thursday, the admin report back. We have cabinet meeting on Thursday, and admin retreat next week on Wednesday. So lots and lots of things to do, and a short amount of time. I'm looking forward to working with David on getting our cabinet meeting agenda prepared tomorrow to start on Thursday, and working with the admin team next week in the retreat. we placed, or excuse me, we laid a really good foundation, really good path last year to be successful. Our task this year is to pick up where we left off, move forward, and to advance the ball in coaching terms. And so I'm excited about that. I'm excited to follow that path. I believe in our mission, our motto of one compass, one crew, one mission, and I believe in our mission in the school district that we need to know all of our students by name, strength, and need, and we need to prepare them for to be successful as graduates with our 3 E's: enrolled, listed, or employed. And so I'm excited to take up the mantra that we've put in place and lead our crew, both admin, certified, classified, and I'm really excited for where we're going with Kuzma Schools. Again, thank you for this opportunity.
Yes.
Yeah, I just want to say, we appreciate you, Gary. I want to thank you. You have stepped up since you came back from Cottage Grove. Everybody has to go and see something.
Sure.
And we appreciate it. You have some great mentors in the state. I appreciate that. Having looked over your resume again and remembering Ms. Barrett, a bunch of the other people who even Cottage Grove, who I've been impressed with in my career. So I think you have all those things you need. When we needed wrestling coaches, when we had a girls team, all that kind of stuff, you stepped up and did stuff over and above what you needed to do. So I appreciate all those things, and I again appreciate the fact that you're willing and here to step up now, because if a person had given us 60 days, you can't lead when you're going out. I mean, it's really difficult. So those 60 days would have been, in my opinion, a hindrance to the start of the school. The way it worked out, we have the school year, we have the people in place that we want to have in place, and you get to prove yourself and how you're going to work with all the different type of people in our district. I believe strongly that you have what it's going to take to make that transition. It is a difficult transition, having made the similar transition from being a teacher to an administrator at the high school. It is interesting how those transitions affect different people, and you never know what it's going to be and who it's going to be, but there will be a difference in who you are because of your position, and it's something that I hope and I think clearly you're up to and are ready for. But it is an interesting change, and all of those things made it much easier for me to make a motion and see you getting this promotion. I guess it's a promotion.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
I wouldn't say that too quickly.
The other part that is important from my perspective, our district has done well when we have brought people who were from our district who understand the culture and the history of this place. And you bring that with you as well. You also are, from my perspective, of the people, your family and everything, how you grew up in this community. Those are important aspects that you bring to the job in being able to relate to our community and work with them. So I just wanted to make that on the record and say thanks for being willing to take this on for us. At least a year, hopefully longer.
Hopefully longer, but that's up to me and how well I do
That's
in the position.
right.
So, thank you. It's been really overwhelming, the feedback that I've received from community members, people that I've ran into at the grocery store,
right.
That have wished me well, and congratulated me, and so I know I have a big responsibility, not just to the district but the community as a whole, and I'm excited to take that on. You talked about the people that have helped me along and people that you respect. I've tried to learn something from everybody that I've worked with in my career. Talked about Dr. Barrett, Krista. I've learned so much in the last year from working with Dr. Ainsworth, so I'm really excited to follow him and get that foundation that he laid. But I've learned things every day from also the people that work in this district office, and I'm excited to work with them too. So, looking forward to it, and I'm ready to get going. So, thank you.
And having been on a lot of boards, I want to make sure that I say you have an exceptional board to work with.
Yeah.
I have to tell you that The two,
We're always patting our own back.
The two-
As you should.
the two new people have raised our whole level.
Yeah.
I would tell that to our people who left us, you
Yeah.
just walked off and left us.
They only served, how many years?
Anyway, we appreciate, and those of us who are on the board, I think, really appreciate it. I've been on many, many boards in my lifetime. Not all of them are as cohesive and willing to do the work that their district does.
Yeah, I'm very excited to work with all of you and looking forward to meeting with you, talking about goals, continue the mission like that.
I just want to put out there too that Dr. Ainsworth's obviously laid a nice path for us, but I'm excited to see what Gary's ideas are too, because different people, different perspectives, and I'm excited to see kind of what your ideas are and what we can do better, and maybe some of the ideas that we thought were working are not working, and I'm really interested to kind of hear what your approach is to on some of the different things that are going on. So
I think we're first going to see it when he proposes who's going to move where. Make up the empty spaces and then.
that's yes.
And I have some ideas.
I'm-
And yeah, I'm looking forward to, as we get rolling out in August and September, talking about not just the vision that we've laid out, but then after that, stuff we can look at within the district to move us forward and to continue trying to raise our scores and prepare our kids for a future where they have a plan.
Thanks, Gary.
Yeah, thank you all.
There was a motion printed for you that we'll need to, usually we would do it as part of our July meeting, but we did because we were kind of.
That's right.
But make a motion.
Yes, we neglected to include someone in the, as the budget officer. So
Oh,
we have
that's
to
true.
make him the budget
I
officer.
move to appoint interim superintendent Roberts as chief administrative officer, district clerk, and budget officer for the 25-26 school year. And before I have a second, are you willing to do all those jobs?
Yeah.
And we're gonna put more on
David
it.
just whispered, lucky you.
So I haven't got a second yet.
I'll second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded that interim superintendent Roberts be appointed the chief administrative officer, district clerk, and budget officer for the 25-26 school year. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Raise your hand, yeah. All those opposed say no. Okay, the motion passes. Okay, is there anything else before our body tonight? Okay, we are adjourned. Thank you, everybody.
I'm going to get 17 now.
I'm not.